Hey guys, John Engel. One of the problems that I face all the time is corrosion on my batteries. Now there's a few things that we can do, but this CRC battery cleaner is one of my favorite products. It has an indicator to it that I'll show you, which makes it a breeze to clean these battery terminals. Let's get started. Before we get to actually use the battery cleaner, we need to assess the situation. Now, behind me is a Friends F250. These have two batteries, so we're going to get to see two different types of corrosion on these terminals. Let's go ahead and go over to the truck and take a look at these batteries. All right, let's take a look at battery number one. And this is traditional. You see a little bit of corrosion, which isn't too bad, and we can clean this up really easily. Now let's take a look at battery number two. It's over on this side. For the love of Moses, I don't know if this is a battery or a science experiment gone wrong, but this is way too much corrosion. So before we even do anything, we've got to clean this off so it does not, well, I think it might grow legs and start to try to eat me. All right, the first thing to do is to understand what exactly is going on. So there's a chemical reaction happening in these batteries. It's acid and lead, and it's a mixture that makes a chemical reaction that produces electricity. That's as much as I need to know. What happens is when it does make that reaction, gases come up and it comes up by those terminals, which reacts with the metal, and you start getting this corrosive powder stuff, which is kind of nice. But definitely if you're doing this, wear gloves. Protection is always best thing. I always wear my eye protection, which are my glasses, because I can't see. So let's go ahead and start taking care of this, which is going to be fun because there's a lot. All right, so we've got most of the corrosion off and it's made a big difference, but there's still a lot left. I did use a wire brush to start breaking it off, but now I'm gonna actually use some of the battery cleaner, and this indicator is kind of cool because it changes color. It turns from yellow to pink, and anytime it's turning pink, that means that it's killing the acid. So watch. Notice how it's yellow over here and pink on all the blue. And now we let that sit for about 4 minutes. So we've let it sit now for about 4 or 5 minutes. We're just gonna wipe it off. I'm just gonna use one of my prepper devices, which is a Scott's Blue towel. If you watched my last video, you know what I'm referencing. We're just gonna start cleaning this off. It's already looking more like a battery terminal. All right, let's get our wire brush, which, where did I put, oh, right here. And we can just go back through this now. Well, we are making a lot of progress. This battery terminal is the worst one I've ever seen, and we're going to continue to clean it, but now we need to take off both of the terminals. And to prevent this from happening again, we're going to put on these special felt mats that are for batteries. They actually have a solution on them that neutralizes the gas that comes up by the post. So this will absorb the gas instead of making this reaction. I'm going to put a link in my description for these off of Amazon and also for the CRC battery cleaner. Now it's time to take these off, clean them up a little bit more, add these, and we can call it a day. So like everything in life, nothing is as easy as it should be. And did we notice how much corrosion was on there? Well, I went ahead and replaced the negative terminal and put one of the felts on there and obviously cleaned that one up. As I was trying to take off this positive one, look at this. All right, so after years and years of corrosion, watch this. This is the problem that we're seeing. It is actually corroded all the way through. The only part, yeah, look at that, right there, all the way. So the only part that's still holding on is right here, and I've suggested to the owner that obviously you get a new terminal and that we don't take this one off and do anything further, just so we don't accidentally crack it all the way and then he's not able to get home. So If you see all of your corrosion on your battery terminals, it's an indication that you need to clean it, you need to service it, and you should not let it get to where it's the Ebola virus, or the SARS virus, or the chicken virus, AV1N, or Corona. Makes me want a beer. Seeing that the other side went so catastrophic, let's work back on this side, get it all cleaned up, ready to go, and then we'll put the felt on this one. So we've got our felts, and now we're just going to take the terminals off. All right, let's take this battery terminal off. As it fights me every step of the way. While we have it off though, it's a good time just to clean underneath right before we put this on. Butamus, nice green felt, battery terminal back on. Okay, so this battery went extremely well. It also had the least amount of corrosion, but it does go to show you that you really do need to check these things. If you have a lot of corrosion, go ahead and clean it and assess the situation so that you can make sure your terminal is in proper order. This could have been a catastrophic failure if you were towing or if you were going somewhere long distance and then your car stops or your truck stops. That could be a big failure. So it was a good thing that we did this project today and we were able to take a look at it. Well, I hope that this helped you guys out. I enjoyed this project. It was quick and easy. I had everything over here, and my friend's truck really did need a little bit of TLC. So it was a good project to do, and hopefully you learned a little bit on why this actually happens, how to prevent it, how to clean it. I'm gonna list everything in my description on all the products that you would need to do this project correctly. So make sure to take a look at that. Also, like, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll catch you next time. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, you're so sweet. Like a big teddy bear. Okay, this is getting awkward. We can stop now. Okay.